Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us for News 5 Now at 8 o'clock. I'm Shimani Baker. We are keeping an eye on a number of stories for you this morning, including when our next weather radio programming tour will be, our next stop. I believe that is tomorrow. We'll tell you all about that in just a second. We've got the anti-squatters bill that has been signed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Free Fishing Day, that's coming up this weekend, and SNAP benefit cuts. We're talking about all of those things on News 5 Now in just a second. Stay with us now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
We're going to move to our big stories this morning, starting us off with number 5. Our weather radio programming tour continues tomorrow at the Eastern Shore Ace Hardware in Spanish Fort. It's happening from 4 to 7. You can either buy a radio there or bring one that you already own. Either way, our First Alert Storm team will program it for free. Number 4. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed 2 bills to prevent squatting. The first measure authorizes sheriff's deputies to remove people unlawfully occupying commercial property. The other makes it easier for managers and employees at hotels, motels, and other hospitality businesses to remove squatters. Number 3. This Saturday is Free Fishing Day here in Alabama, meaning you won't be required to have a fresh or saltwater fishing license. State public fishing lakes and private ponds are not included. Again, state public fishing lakes and private ponds are not included. Free Fishing Day is part of a National Fishing and Boating Week, which runs through Sunday. And today is such a nice day. I wish that Free Fishing Day was today, but fingers crossed for good weather on Saturday for y'all who like to fish. Number 2, a bill is moving through Congress to reduce funding for SNAP benefits and Medicaid, and some food banks are bracing for the impact. The Food Bank of Central Alabama says more than 700,000 Alabamians rely on food stamps to feed their families. A representative for the food bank says $300 million could be cut from the state's SNAP benefits if the federal bill becomes law. And number 1 for us this morning, growing outrage after a deadly shooting at the Saenger Theater in downtown Mobile during a dance recital. City leaders are now promising security changes. A man was killed and a woman was shot during a children's recital on Sunday. The Saenger has no gun policy clearly posted on their door, which means no, you cannot bring guns in the Saenger. That's never been a thing. And there were no metal detectors on Sunday night. So now the Saenger's safety protocols are changing. All events at the Saenger will now have added security screenings, and the company is working with the city to improve safety. Mayor Sandy Stimson says there was a Mobile police officer and a paramedic at the event for security, but unfortunately, that did not stop the violence. Normally, I have our question of the day, but I'm actually going to pull up that response from the Saenger so you can read it for yourselves. They posted this to their Facebook yesterday. You can go read this for yourself, but basically saying that their hearts were heavy in the wake of the tragic incident that happened and that they were working with the city to come up with some better safety protocols to put in place. Again, there was a no guns allowed sign on the door, but when people are doing illegal things, they're not focused on those signs and things like that. So they are making sure that these safety protocols are going to be put in place moving forward to hopefully prevent just senseless gun violence like this. I mean, I had someone comment on my Facebook page earlier, I believe an aunt of one of the girls who were dancing at the recital on Sunday, say that she's still shaken up. She's, imagine, again, being a little girl, and this is a fun day. School is out, and we're showing our family and friends our end of the year dance that we came up with at the studio, and something like this, something as tragic as this happening. So people are still, of course, feeling the effects from that incident. We are, of course, going to keep an eye on this story as more things come up, as more developments happen, as we get more information from police on the suspect. We've been hearing a little bit about the victim, and so we will continue to update this story on air and online as more becomes available, of course. In the meantime, we want to thank you so much for joining us for News 5 Now. Make sure you head over to our Facebook page if you haven't already. Like, subscribe to the page first, and then chime in on the questions and polls of the day once we get some updated ones up there, and we will share your responses right here on News 5 Now. I hope that you have a great Tuesday and an even better rest of the week. I will see you back here at the same time tomorrow. Y'all be safe out there. Have fun. Have a great day. And happy summer for those of you who are out of school. Bye, y'all.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.